Alright. I did not expect to find anything here. Oh no, I found hippies? Aww. Damn it. An old burned crate. Guess it came with the property. You got a bar of soap and a lasso. Oh no, it's like a whole hippie commune. Howdy. Hey, yeah, howdy, man. What's happening? That's what I was wondering. Oh, not much, man. We moved onto this little patch of land to grow crops, but then we decided it's more natural to just let Gaia grow whatever she wants, right? I bet that's a lot easier, too. Haha, right on, man. Where'd you get that hat? Oh, this? A friend of mine made it, man. I forgot which one. What do you take for it? Well, I've been thinking of trying a new style, man. Maybe like one of those hats the army guys used to wear back in the day. Like, that's kind of an ironic statement, man. There's an old fort over yonder that way. I'll swap you if you can find one of those, man. Just like this one, you mean? Nice, man. Barter's like commerce, man, except natural. Can you dig it? This hat is more like a sack woven from red, gold, and green wool. It's like something out of a dream. Eh, groovy. Garden in quotation marks. It's just full of nothing but weeds. That's pretty great. Well, I can get some manure. A huge supply of unused fertilizer. Gary sniffs the air and looks around excitedly. I got a bag of shroom grow. I will give this to Gary. Okay, Gary became more powerful. I assume he now will die in one hit as opposed to 1/3 of a hit. Howdy, I'm Captain. I'm Louise. Louise Lathrop. What? Why the long face, Louise? Ah, jeez. Basically because I'm stuck here farming with a couple of dummies who don't know how to farm a dang thing, so they just let the weeds grow and call it natural. I'm so sick of eating dandelions I could scream. Why don't you leave? I haven't got any meat or any other prospects or anywhere to go. I mean, dandelions are terrible, but they're better than eating dirt. How'd you get in this mess? I headed west after graduating baking school and fell in with these two because they talked a big game about natural grains. Fool that I was, I didn't realize all they were really interested in was getting silly on loco weed and not doing any work. So you're looking for work? Gosh, yes, desperately. The only trade I know is baking, though. Do you know somewhere that's hiring a baker? Heck, even unpaid would be better than this if it comes with a room and board. I just want to get out of here. I do happen to know of a bakery that needs some help. Really, that's wonderful. Oh, geez, I can't go like this, though. I'm filthy. Nobody would ever let me step foot into their kitchen looking like this. Do you have a bar of soap I can mooch off you? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You give her a bar of soap and directions to the bakery boy's bakery, and she sets off to find somewhere to take a bath before her job interview. I would think that that was a cooler thing if I had any context at all on what quest that was a part of, because I have no idea what I just did. But I'm gonna go into her house and take her shit. Never mind. I'm gonna go into this dude's house and take his shit. Never mind. I'm gonna talk to the hippie lady. Hey, like, howdy, I'm selling herbal medicines. Care to buy? The kind that are gifted us by Gaia without any interference by human hands. So, weeds? That's a derogatory term created by the man, but yeah, basically. I gain an herbal remedy. This is a little pile of random dried weeds folded up in a sachet of paper. Garbage stored in garbage, essentially. Doesn't do anything. Nice. I'm gonna eat it. You take the remedy and maybe you feel a little better? It's hard to tell, really. No, actually, you're pretty sure that did nothing. Well, I think I know where the game developers feel, or how they feel about herbal remedies. They are not too impressed. Alright, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really too interested in talking to the random encounters anymore. This is about as far from Frisco as one could get, and obviously this isn't going to lead anywhere. But that was a fun little detour. I didn't expect to find any more content in this game. I guess I'll head back to Dirtwater and I will try to figure out where to go for the murder. Okay, go to gun manor. I'm gonna go to the info guy. What would I like to know? Rocks? Oh. This is the guy I rescued under from the granite thing. Great, I know a ton of stuff about rocks now, specifically igneous rocks and granite in particular. Did you know there are over 700 different types of igneous rocks and only 3 of them are edible? Well, what do you know? Tell me another one. Sure, how about this? Obsidian is a type of volcanic glass that, if chipped properly, can be so sharp it can cut a razor blade in half lengthwise. Weird, tell me another one. Sure, how about this? Hitting something with a rock was the very first human invention, and the second was swearing. Tell me another one. Granite gravestones and memorials are considered a status symbol because the tools to carve and engrave such hard stone with speed and precision have only recently been invented. In fact, up until about 15 years ago, there was only one workshop in the world that produced them, run by the inventor Alexander MacDonald, who also invented the Harzburger, although that proved less popular because Harzburgite is not one of the edible kinds of igneous rock. Geologists call granite massive because it doesn't have any internal structures, and also because it comes in great big lumps. Granite was an integral part of the architecture of many ancient societies, which is why the ruins of those buildings still exist today, unlike those of the ancient peoples who built all their structures out of cheese and wheat paste. The upper section of the Earth's crust is made of 94% igneous rock and 1% marzipan. Granite tables are frequently used as bases for optical instruments because they're very stable and easy to see. Granite is frequently used as a building material due to its strength and pleasant gray color. The third weirdest sport, curling, uses stones and brushes made specific. I don't know about that one. Granite is a natural source of radiation and can contain 10 to 20 parts per million of uranium, which is why you shouldn't fill your underwear with it despite the pleasant weight. There are over 700 different types of igneous rock and only 3 of them are edible. Okay. Well, they're repeating. So, well. Anyway, murder quest. Where should I go for murder? They wanted to get away from Frisco. So, let me talk to her once again and see if she gives it another hint. Just so I can get my bearings on what I should be doing. Boop. And where should I look for McCready? For McCready. I have to imagine he got as far the heck away from Frisco as he could, though, if he's the one that escaped. So, Frisco is in Oregon or California? I don't really remember. Let me talk to Florence real quick. Oh right, I have some science junk for her, and she now gained medicinal gas. Gross. Current location. This sounds like a real complicated one. Yeah, probably. I know a real simple solution. Florence pats her science rifle. Just saying. I'll let you know. That's true. They are intentionally making this one very, very complicated. Husband of famous inventor missing. It does say nothing else relevant to the case. What if I open up the almanac and look at the 30th? So, July... Pick a day... 30? There's a moon. Okay, that's not useful. July... 26th? Okay, this is when she was killed by trial combat. Doesn't seem to be anything astronomically significant about it. Okay. July 24. Yeah, probably nothing too interesting there. Nothing interesting with regards to the state. Let's see. I don't quite know. I don't know if I've picked up any other clues here, but I don't want to just immediately give up as soon as the going gets tough here. So maybe if I go to the info center, I could potentially find. There might also. I don't think there's going to be any information in here, though. Okay. Yeah, let me go to the info center, or not the info center, but just around here. Maybe some of these NPCs can tell me something interesting. Of course they cannot. Okay, info desk guy. Mrs. Gunn's family. She married Dan Staple Remover in 1875. He was the inventor of the staple remover. Did you know that? They'd met at an inventors convention 3 years previously. Dan decided to take her last name because he had wanted to call his invention Office Chompers, and he was always a little annoyed that people called it after him instead. They had 3 daughters named Dorothy Gunn, Blanche Gunn.
Yes.
Nothing. That's nice. Unfortunately, Dan vanished mysteriously in 1889, shortly after Rose was born. Nobody knows what happened to him, although it's generally assumed he was killed by bandits while he was on the road for gun industry's business. And then all 3 of the girls went missing the year after. They went to summer camp and were just never heard from again. No ransom note or anything. Mrs. Gunn was never the same after that, naturally. She started blaming it on ghosts, though as far as I know, there's been no ghost activity here until just the other day. Gunn Manor. Blah, blah, blah. I think I already read all this at some point. Okay, maybe later. Okay. Well, the other thing I can do, since I'm stuck, is bail. Let's go up to the 3rd floor and explore some of the other rooms. So I did the music room. I have some music that I can potentially play on the piano earlier, or from that I found, that music I got earlier that I can play on the piano. Huh. Oh, he's smiley now. I think this is working. Aww. Well, now, that was nice. Okay. I thought I'd be able to pick up the baton, but I guess I can't. Alright, well that's one ghost down. If I talk to Florence. There are 4 on the 3rd at this point. Okay. Let's go into the kids' room. And we still have the... I guess I never talked to this guy. Well, let's go into the toy box. And we get a stuffed gun. This is not effective as a gun, but it's also not at all effective as a bludgeon. No less macabre than I was expecting. Some wooden blocks with letters on them. Well, I think I know where this is going. Ah! Alright, yes, we'll talk to these 2. This little girl is serving imaginary tea to her guests. The doll, while terrifying, is largely indifferent. The museum employee, on the other hand, is playing along with a rictus grin on his face. The little girl wears an annoying and disappointed frown. Hello there, my name's Captain. Can I join your tea party? If you want, I guess, but it's a terrible tea party. All I have is dumb made-up tea. I want a proper tea party like Mama took me to. Tell me more about that party. We went to a real tea room. It was so pretty. There were vases with flowers on them, and everyone was all dressed up in suits and pretty dresses, and there were white china teacups for the tea. Real tea, not imaginary. It was so nice, and everyone was so polite and charming and elegant. Well, until the fight started, anyway. Well, two of the gentlemen got into an argument. I don't know what it was about, but I guess one said something the other didn't like, and he was so insulted he threw his tea straight into the first man's face. And then they took out guns and started shooting at each other right there in the tea room. They were really elegant, though. They had little silver and ivory pistols, and they kept their pinkies out the whole time. Anyway, I don't remember the rest very well, except one of them missed the other and shot me by mistake. Thanks, but it's alright. Heaven's supposed to be really nice, so I guess I don't mind that much. But I didn't get to finish my tea party, so I want to have another one before I go. Except I don't have any tea, and make-believe tea isn't any fun anymore. Excuse me. Let me see if I can make some actual tea for you. The guy has a smile frozen on his face, and his eyes dart around in panic as he pretends to sip tea. One eye twitches as he tries to whisper to you out of the corner of his mouth. A drop of sweat rolls down his brow, and he stares at the little ghost who doesn't seem to have noticed. Oh, still not getting it. Can you speak up? His hands are shaking. If he were holding an actual teacup, it probably would have been shattered by now. He hisses at you through clenched teeth. Oh, Alright, well, I guess I'm going to go to the kitchen and see if I can make tea in the kitchen. Because, you know, I think that's a good place to start. So kitchen is on the first floor, if I remember. And... oh, damn it. I forgot about that part. Is there tea in the dining room? Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I still haven't done yet. Oh yeah, I need to make chili. That's what's going on there. So it's sort of like I need to get, every ghost is kind of like wrapped around all the other ghost quests, and I think I just need to start solving them in the right order, and eventually it'll be able to, like, yeah, as I, what does that say again? Tistar. Rat sit. It's art. Really? Is that what the joke is? It's art? Huh. Okay. Well, to the third floor I go. Let's go into Mr. Gunn's bedroom. And we have a gross-ass sofa. That is disgusting. That looks like the sofa that you'd see in a high school theater's green room. And everyone's just like, ew, we don't sit on that sofa. Because that's when, like, the gross senior and, like, the freshmen hook up. Ah. Anyway. The sofa is tacky, both in terms of style and stuff that's been spilled on it. From the smell of it, Mr. Gunn mostly burned garbage in this thing. It's a humidor full of cheap cigars. I have a cheap cigar. This is a cigar for people who want, for some reason, to appear to have spent a lot of money on a disgusting habit without actually spending a lot of money on it. Alright, I got 3 cheap cigars. No. I want to look at swords. Weird, if you're going to commission a painting of swords, you'd think they'd at least ask for nice swords. This guy doesn't notice you approaching until you're right next to him. He yelps in surprise and drops his glass on the floor, then squints unsteadily at you. Then he takes a maraschino cherry from a bowl on the bar cart and throws it at your head. Hey, stop that. Ha! Sorry, just making sure you're not one of them ghosts. He drops another cherry into a fresh glass and pours a lot of whiskey on top of it. Are you one of the museum employees? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's me. Hayden. Lady, I don't know if maybe you didn't notice, but this house has got ghosts in it. Whole bunch of them, all over. So I don't know about you, but I'm staying right here where it's nice and drunk. I mean, safe. Would you rather get out of here? Nah, all the booze, that is, booze. I'm really scared of when ghosts go boo, you know? They'll get me if I leave this room. There aren't any ghosts between this room and the exit. So you said, that's what you said, but they're ghosts. They can be anywhere, except in here. Exactly. I ain't leaving without a guarantee that those ghosts won't grab me on the way out. We could disguise you. Here, look, we'll use this white curtain to disguise you as a ghost, then they won't bother you on your way out. That's a mighty fine idea, but he tosses back his drink and pours another. But, oh, eye holes. That curtain's got no holes for my eyes. I won't be able to see. Heh. I'm starting to think you don't actually want to leave. No! What would give you that idea? It's terrible in here. Shoot some holes in the curtain. You narrow your eyes at him and blast some holes in the curtain with your pistol. Okay, geez, I get the picture. He grabs an armload of bottles from the cart, pulls the shower curtain over his head, and staggers out the door. I understand. The museum employee has drunk a lot of the cart's content, but there's still a few bottles left. I got Manly's finest cotton candy schnapps. Oh, that sounds disgusting. He must have only read the first part of this label before he decided to buy this. Manly's finest cotton candy schnapps. That's pretty funny stuff.